21 of the fantasy basketball season and the first week of most playoffs here for fantasy owners. And here's a few settings I look to add this week. The first guy, Nick Richards of the Charlotte Hornets. So right here, Nick Richards, he's been stepping up over the last few games here and playing great basketball in the season. 7.8 points a game, 5.7 rebounds, a block a game, 61% from the field in the last few weeks here with more playing time. 7.3 points a game, 6.5 rebounds and assists, 1.8 blocks, and 68% from the field. So Richards right now, he's getting an expanded role with Mark Williams in and out of the lineup over the last few games here. And if you need rebounding and shot blocking, especially, Nick Richards definitely can bring that to fantasy owners. And right now he's available in 67% of leagues. March 9th at Detroit, 13 points, 10 rebounds, and assists, a steal, 2 blocks, 85% from the field. March 11th versus Utah, 9 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, a whopping 5 blocks, 57% from the field. And March 12th versus Cleveland, 15 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 blocks, 83% from the field. So right here, Nick Richards, shot blocking and rebounding and field goal percentage, he's going to help fantasy owners. And right now, as long as he's getting the major minutes and playing good basketball, he's one of the top ads this week at all positions. Next guy is Jalen Duren of the Detroit Pistons. So Duren back in the mix here for this Piston team, even though they traded for James Wiseman, and even though we know Bagley was there from last season. But Duren, he's getting his 20-25 minutes a game and still putting up numbers on the year, 8.5 a game, 8.7 rebounds, 1.1 assists, and 64% from the field. But the last couple weeks, 12 points, 10 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 1.5 blocks, and 50% from the field here for Duren. So Duren, he missed a bunch of time on and off over the last month, but right now he's back in the mix. And the last couple games back, March 9th versus Charlotte, 8 points, 9 boards, 2 assists, a block, 50% from the field. March 11th versus the Pacers, 16 points, 11 rebounds, an assist, 2 blocks, 50% from the field. So right here, rebounding, good, decent field goal, and about 10-12 points a game Duren will give fantasy owners. And right now, he's available in 55% of fantasy leagues, and as long as he's playing decent minutes, I think he can help you in 12-team leagues or deep. And the next guy is his teammate, James Wiseman of the Pistons. So ever since they traded Wiseman here, is the Warriors to the Pistons. He's paying great dividends and playing good basketball for this Piston team. On the season, 8.5 points a game, 4.9 rebounds, and 61% from the field. But the last couple weeks here, 14 points, 8.4 rebounds, 1.3 blocks, and 62% from the field. So Wiseman's rebounding the basketball great, getting that 1 block a game, and he's scoring the basketball well, is Wiseman. I know a lot of putbacks and easy buckets, but hey, scoring is scoring, and that's what he's doing for this Piston team and fantasy owners. And I know right now he's not available in a lot of fantasy leagues, but still out there somehow in 42% of leagues. The last few games, March 7th versus the Wizards, 21 points, 5 boards, 3 assists, a steal, 2 blocks, 76% from the field. March 9th versus Charlotte, 16 points, 13 boards, a block, 66% from the field. And March 11th versus the Pacers, 16 points, 9 rebounds, a block, a 3, 54% from the field. So James Wiseman here playing great basketball. Pistons giving him an opportunity where over there, obviously in Golden State, it just wasn't there with a veteran team, but a young team here for the former lottery pick like the Pistons definitely works out for him, and he's playing good basketball, and he's another guy that's atop of the ad list this week. Next guy's his former teammate, Kevon Looney of the Golden State Warriors. So Looney, he's probably been on this list half the season. He's still not getting the respect he deserves here in fantasy circles. Right now available in 54% of fantasy leagues. I know the last few games, a couple hiccups here for Looney, but he's still a guy that can help fantasy owners in rebounding, field goal percentage especially, and a guy that goes out there and plays solid and tough basketball. In the season, 7 points a game, 8.9 rebounds, 2.4 assists, and 66% from the field. In the last couple weeks here, still solid numbers, 8.3 points a game, 9.4 rebounds, 1.6 assists, and 60% from the field here for Looney. So right now, rebounding and field goal is definitely a specialty, and he's a decent passer as well at the center position. March 7th at the Thunder, 4 points, 5 boards, a steal, 50% from the field. March 9th at Memphis, 2.7 rebounds, an assist, a block, 50% from the field. And March 11th in a big ball game versus the Bucks, 7 points, 15 rebounds, 4 assists, 5 steals, 27% from the field. So that game, it was a great one here for Looney. but also in that one, 11 field goal attempts, which was definitely surprising. He's usually only way around 4 or 5 field goal attempts per game here is Looney, but he's been a guy on the boards all season. A lot of offensive boards as well he's been grabbing. And right now, rebounding and for the most part, field goal and assist in the center position. He can help owners, and he's out there in 54% of leagues in the fifth and final center. I look to get on the wire this week here. Adama of the Memphis Grizzlies. So Adami's had an expanded role with the Steven Adams out the last few games here on the season. 9.3 points a game, 4.6 rebounds, 1.2 assists, 1.3 threes, at 47% from the field. The last couple weeks, the numbers have dropped a bit though. 8.7 points a game, 4.1 rebounds, a 3 a game, an assist, and 48% from the field. So right now, he's available in 83% of fantasy leagues, and he's getting that 25, 30 minute per game playing time here is Adama. So he's a guy that can rebound. He's a guy that could shoot the 3 a little bit at the center position, which is always a good thing here. And he could score about 9-10 points a game if he's going to get decent time. So March 7th at the Lakers, 11 points, 5 boards, an assist, a block, 2 threes, 50% from the field. March 9th versus the Warriors, 15 points, 7 boards, an assist, 3 threes, 55% from the field. And March 11th versus Dallas, 10 points, 5 boards, an assist, a block, 50% from the field. So right here, Adama, like I said, he's getting the points. He's scoring decently, he's rebounding. And the field goal has been decent as well. So right now, while he's playing about 25, 30 minutes a game and out there in 83% of leagues, he's a center I look to get this week. So that's a few centers I look to add here in week 21 of week 1 of the fantasy playoffs for the fantasy basketball season.